New at 5, the Michael Jackson wrongful death trial turns into a battle of hired experts. Eyewitness News reporter Miriam Hernandez says consultants for both sides are challenging each other about Jackson's chances of survival and how much money he would have made had he lived.
Was Michael Jackson on course to make $1 billion+ in an expanded global tour? Or was it more likely he would call it quits when his comeback show was done? Today, jurors heard another opinion. A doctor for the plaintiffs who has not appeared, but whose opinion was referenced. That had Michael Jackson survived his propofol overdose, the star still would have died within a week due to the treatment by his doctor, Conrad Murray. The statement emerged as jurors in Katherine Jackson's lawsuit against AEG view a battle of the experts. Jackson attorney Brian Panish took aim to discredit AEG expert Eric Briggs, zeroing in on the role of Dr. Murray. The Jacksons allege that AEG hired the doctor and that AEG is liable. About the opinion that Jackson would live only a week, Panish asked Briggs, "Dr. Murray was a big risk to his health, wasn't he, sir? If you took a fit and competent doctor, couldn't you have removed that risk?" Briggs, "It would be hard to say how many other risks would still persist." Panish questioned Briggs' qualifications. Panish, "In fact, you have never come to court and given an opinion in a wrongful death case." Briggs, "I have never done that." Briggs assesses risks for entertainment projects. In defense of the AEG, he attacked the numbers presented by the Jackson expert, accountant Arthur Irk. Irk projected that Jackson would make $1.65 billion for 260 shows, assuming the star would agree to extend his tour and that the shows would be sellouts. Briggs called the projections speculative. He cited a report that stated that Jackson's likability declined from 1993, that 7 times more people had a negative impression of him than those with a positive impression, that album sales plunged after Thriller set a record in 1982. Cross-examination continues tomorrow.
New at 5, another tense day at the Michael Jackson wrongful death trial as the Jackson family's attorney unloads on a high-priced consultant for AEG. Eyewitness News reporter Miriam Hernandez says the AEG expert's projections on Jackson's possible earnings and his own background came under fire.
New accusations fly about Michael Jackson's potential earnings if he had lived. The testimony of AEG defense witness Eric Briggs shoots down the projections presented by the Jackson attorneys. During arguments outside the presence of the jury, Jackson lawyer Brian Panish shouted, "He is lying, he is lying." Panish has been chipping away at Briggs' credibility. "Where is the research?" Panish asked in front of the jury, demanding to see how the $800 an hour consultant formed his theories. A court order was issued to compel Briggs to produce his research materials. During the lunch hour, Briggs' firm said there were no additional documents. The numbers are a component of what jurors could award the Jacksons, but only if they find AEG liable for hiring Jackson's doctor, Conrad Murray, and failing to monitor him. Briggs had showed this graph showing other acts grossed far more than Jackson, that he was not the biggest star in the world. Panish showed different math. Jackson's potential gross for 186 concerts, he says, $1.1 billion. Panish also probed Briggs about the value of Jackson's biggest holding, the Sony catalog of songs. Questioning revealed that Briggs also worked for the Jackson estate, evaluating the catalog's worth. That shows a conflict of interest, according to Panish, asserting that Briggs' testimony is tainted. Meantime, attorneys are clashing. Transcripts obtained by Eyewitness News record complaints made to the judge outside the presence of the jury. Panish takes aim at a defense attorney. "Your Honor, Ms. Strong keeps looking over at me, making faces, making noises, trying to disrupt me." Panish threatens to take matters in his own hands. The judge, "I didn't hear anything." It goes on. Plaintiff's attorney Kevin Boyle, "It's like a little squeak fest of grunts and laughing, and the jury will see them." The judge instructs Attorney Strong, "Don't look in his direction, no grunt or groaning or anything." Tomorrow, a new witness takes the stand, Michael LaPeroux, the former head of Michael Jackson's security team. Miriam Hernandez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.